All right, we are live.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. All right, we are day four today of the 5-day training. We are so excited. So first of all, if you guys are joining us live, go ahead and drop in where you're joining us from. All right, and if you're watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay. I'm going to pop in there. Oh, there we go. It looks like people are popping on. My number's just not updating. That's weird. In the group, we're showing people. Oh, here we go. Now it's popping.
We got Tiara on. Hi, Tiara.
Wow,
I can't believe we're on day 4 already.
I know. This week has flown by like crazy. So, all right, guys. Good. We've got Detroit in the house.
Woohoo, Detroit.
Hi, Hildy. Nice to see you. Let's see who else we got here. All right. We got, hey there. Oh, we got Cameroon. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, we got Danelle in Queens. Awesome. Welcome.
And Dan. We got Minnesota. All right. All right. Elaine in Minnesota. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, we are excited. We have got a great training for you. And I think you're going to see today it's going to start to tie together with what we've been teaching so far throughout the week, because we've kind of been telling you what to do, what not to do, and the different platforms. But now we're going to kind of give you some of the stuff to do. Like we're giving you some how on the posting and everything so that you can start to understand how you can do these, how you can talk about your products, how you can talk about your opportunity, how you can talk about these things and still get away with not talking about the actual product or the name of the company and stuff that you're in. So we're excited for that.
Yeah. So just to kind of summarize, on day 1, we talked about your avatar, your ideal business prospect, that person that you're posting for, that person where you become the problem solver for, that go-to person. Day 2, we talked about what to do on Facebook, like how to clean up your profile and how to really set your Facebook up for success. Yesterday, we showed you Instagram and some of the things that you can do on Instagram, including your bio, using stories, using posts, Instagram TV to start getting your message out. And today we are talking about what to post. So I am going to share my screen. I'm going to be the screen sharer again today.
Yeah, perfect. And so then, guys, what we'll do tomorrow we're going to kind of really tie it all together for you, right? We're really going to bring the whole picture together. We're going to be talking about groups, how to use groups, different types of groups, what to do with them. So it's really going to bring this whole branding piece together for you. And like we said before, this is exactly what we teach our team. This is how we've grown our team. Everything that's in here are things that we have taught to our team members, that we have in our training for our team members to, really help them have success on social media with their lead generation, and then a way to get people to kind of come through that funnel that we've got. So we're excited.
Yeah. So about tomorrow, I know it's Friday and I know it's Friday afternoon, but it's a really important training because, as Trish said, we're going to actually not only talk about Facebook groups, but we're going to walk you through the exact team duplication system that we built for our team that really resulted in some amazing things that had happened in 2020 and into 2021. So you're not going to want to miss that.
So guys, if you're excited, drop us some hearts, right? Give us some hearts. Let us know you're excited out there. Perfect.
Okay. So today we're talking about what to post on social media.
So here's what we're going to cover today. First of all, we're going to talk to you about what not to post, right? We're going to make sure we kind of reiterate that, as well as what to post. And then really when we talk about that posting piece, we're going to be talking about, again, what posts are going to attract your avatar. So always, always, always going back to that avatar. And then we're going to talk to you about creating call to actions and following up with your posts.
So what not to post. Now, we talked a little bit about this before, but it's so important that we're going to mention it again. Do not post pictures of your products your opportunity, showing the company name. I think I said this in one of our first trainings. My Facebook cover photo used to just be a big picture of my network marketing company's name. Do not do that. Okay. Anything that even remotely looks salesy, do not post, because again, people are on Facebook, Instagram, social media to be entertained, educated, to have fun, to connect with people. And the minute they see salesy looking posts, like pictures of products, right, they're going to scroll right on by. So anything that looks salesy, and if you're wondering if it looks salesy, ask yourself, if you were scrolling through the news feed, would you stop and click and look on the post you're about to post? Links to your replicated website, don't include them, only for a couple of reasons. One, it looks salesy. Number two, no one's going to click it. And number three, generally, when we include links like that on our posts, Facebook isn't going to show your post to too many people. Why? Because Facebook wants to keep people on Facebook. They don't want people clicking links and going off to do other things. That's why, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but sometimes if you post a YouTube video to Facebook, it doesn't get very many views or engagement or anything, because YouTube is Facebook's competitor. And Facebook doesn't want people going over to YouTube, right? So just be aware that posting links, you're going to really hurt your reach. Political or controversial viewpoints will cause division in your audience. So some people will love it, some people will hate it, you'll lose followers. So just kind of stay away from that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm just going to add just a small piece to what Ruth just said there, because guys, it doesn't matter what you believe, you're always going to be 50% wrong, right? It doesn't matter. So just stay away from it. I have a friend I was talking to a couple of days ago who was telling me that she's got friends from 40 years that they're no longer speaking over politics, right? And she said to me, "You're so good, you never post about it." And I'm like, if I did, it would destroy my business. Like, and that's how you've got to look at it, guys. It will destroy your business. So just don't do it. So what to post? All right. So we're going to go into lots of stuff today, and we've got lots of samples for you too. But first and foremost, you want to be posting content that's valuable to your avatar, right? What is it that your avatar is looking for? Again, always trying to basically give that solution to whatever problem it is that they have. Lifestyle posts, engagement posts. We're going to go more into that. Polls, this or that post, results or wins that maybe you've got with your team or life or different things. Gratitude posts, pics of your team winning, right? And having fun. If you ever notice when you go out of town and you go to a convention or something, and gosh, I can't wait till we can do that again and be in person. But when you post, FOMO, right? People have FOMO, fear of missing out. So when you're really sharing all that fun and all that stuff that you're doing, I'll tell you, the team members who didn't go, that will, next time, they'll probably go just due to FOMO, right? They're not going to want to miss out. But also people who aren't on your team are going to be looking at some of these things going, man, they have a lot of fun. Man, they're having a lot of success. I want that. I want that, right? And that's what you want people to feel. And then curiosity posts and lives. So we're going to cover a lot of little things here today.
Mm-hmm. Key things to remember when posting on social media. Okay. So number one, first and foremost, always, always, always know who you're speaking to, your avatar, so that you're attracting your perfect prospect. And if you ever get sort of challenged at speaking personally to your avatar, like they're a person, one of the things that I learned really, really early on to kind of overcome that is find a picture of someone you think looks like your avatar, cut it out of a magazine, or, print it off your computer from the internet, and have it in front of you, so that when you're doing your posts and you're doing live video and things like that, you're talking to one person. You're talking to your perfect prospect. And in doing that, It's really going to help you get clearer on the language you use. And it's that language that's going to attract them to you. It's what you say and how you say it, right? So I know when I first started out, I spoke in very like generalities. And it wasn't until I got very, very specific that talking to one person that my message actually started getting heard. So get good at speaking your prospect's perfect language, right? We talked about that in another training about how we want to use the words they would typically use in their lives. If your ideal prospect is a cubicle slave, you're using words like commute and 9 to 5 and having a boss and things like that. If your perfect prospect is someone who wants to buy weight loss products or is looking for weight loss, it's maybe belly fat, cravings, metabolism, things like that. Use high quality posts to maximize sales and engagement, meaning your posts should be thought out. They should be targeted. They should cover sort of the various key points that we want to cover in posts. Some should be engagement to boost engagement. Some should be stories, video views, and we'll show you some examples of that. And lastly, plug your team into a proven, duplicatable system to create results on social media. And that's what we're going to really dive into tomorrow, because without duplication on your team, you are forever going to be recruiting and it's going to get frustrating. It's going to become a job, right? It's when we get duplication, when we get people excited, when we get other people winning on our team, that's when we see explosive growth. So having that duplicatable system that's easy to follow for your team to plug into is super, super important.
Awesome. I love that. Guys, if this is making sense so far to you, drop us a post below. All right. If all this is making sense. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about a little bit is our curiosity posts. Well, I think we can all agree that people are just curious by nature, right? It's human nature. And sometimes we like to call it nosy, but really in the end, people are just curious. They want more information, right? So if you give away the secret by telling everything in your post, nobody's going to ask. And so it's, sometimes people are like, well, why can't you just tell me? Well, if I told you, then you wouldn't be talking to me wanting to know more information, right? So you want people reaching out to you. And the key is to get people asking what you are doing, right? Because if you want to be having these conversations about your business, you want them to ask, what are you doing? So that you can share with them what you're doing, right? And the great thing is once you're able to have those conversations, you can really sit down with them and talk about what it is they're looking for so that you can figure out if your opportunity is even the right fit for them, right? So if you're looking for the business side, if it's for products like Ruth said, maybe before weight loss, again, you're going to ask more questions, but you're going to create that curiosity, but it's going to lead to you to have that conversation with them to find out what it is specifically they're looking for so you can then suggest the right thing again to fit that need for them.
And one of the specific things that we certainly teach our team, and you're going to want to learn if you haven't learned this, is really how to ask questions when you are talking to your prospects, and asking questions in a sequence so that by the end of the question asking, your prospect is basically either asking to join your team or buy your product, right? It's a very specific skill, but curiosity posts will result in those kinds of conversations where you can ask questions, and before you know it, you have a new customer or a new recruit. So here's just an example, a simple example of a curiosity post I did quite a while ago. I think it was probably a couple of years ago, actually.
It was a while ago, but it's still such a good one that I'm like, we have to keep it in.
So here I am with my before and after weight. And all I said was, it's a gratitude post. Happy dance, 3 weeks, 3 healthy lifestyle choices, 3 simple products, 10 pounds gone. Goodbye size 6, just slipped into my size 4 shorts and did them up with no sucking it in. Watch out, size 2, I'm coming after you. And this post got I can't remember, but a ton of engagement, a ton of people asking what I was doing, and it did result in sales. I can't remember how many, but it was quite a number of them. So that's an example of a curiosity post. I didn't say buy my product. I didn't show the pictures, but it was results, and people wanted to know what I was doing. So that is an example of a curiosity post.
And here's another curiosity post that Ruth did. Are you going to learn to ask questions? That's a great question to know, but that is definitely not part of this training. That's a whole nother skill set, asking questions. But back to this one, this curiosity post here. Ruth did a video, and in that video, she was, given a simple mention of a recommendation in that video. So it says people love to get value, so do a generic training about something that you're interested in, and then mention your product or your service without saying the name. So you could do that on your Facebook page or Instagram, right? So for instance, Ruth gave an example here too, that you can go live with a beauty tip. And then you can say something like, if you want skin to glow, you should know that it's actually what you put on the inside that matters. I've been in the nutrition industry for a number of years. And if you want to know my very favorite nutritional recommendations, just send me a message, right? So again, she's sharing some tips. She's sharing some information, something of value to people, and then just kind of mentions or pops that in. And then, of course, people will reach out to her. Again, never mentioning the name of the product.
And here's a results post. So results posts are really, really powerful, whether it's a physical result, like my curiosity post with weight loss, or it's a team result or some kind of business result. And guys, remember, it doesn't have to be like massive success. Even small successes will attract people because most people aren't having success, right? So sharing some kind of result that you're having, whether it's a rank advancement or earning your first check. We had a lady on our team not too long ago. She'd been in network marketing for quite a long time. She earned her first $600 ever. And she wrote a post about it, how she was actually able to make a car payment for the first time. She got massive engagement and recruiting opportunities from that. But this is a results post we did not too long ago, back in December. So 7 ranks in 7 months. This is back when I rank advanced to a pretty significant rank in our company. And Trish wrote a results post. And that kind of post, people flock to it because they want a result too, right? And they want to know what you're doing. So results posts are, as you have results, I don't want you to compare yourself to other people like, oh, my result isn't big enough.
No.
I want you to post your results post, because there's plenty of people out there who would die for the result you just had. So don't be afraid to post your results post.
Absolutely. And this was just another one Ruth had done when I had hit a big rank. And you can see how it's short, right? But, it's been a big ride the last couple of days through Black Friday, and momentum hasn't stopped. Last night, Trish hit this incredibly prestigious rank. And then she just goes through and says, I'm so grateful that Trish shared the gift of the business with me not too long ago. So proud of you, my friend. You're like a sister. And, again, just something short, something nice. But again, 65 comments, right, that you get on this. So what I love about this, guys, because what we don't do typically on our pages is, that how typically in your company you have that little banner. We'll post those in our team groups, but we don't typically post that stuff out on our actual profile page, right? But we will do posts like this that still show the success and the results that you're having. And people love it because you can see, 73 people who are just like, oh my gosh, and then 65 comments. So it's a way, again, it's that fear of missing out also, because those people who are watching you, who keep seeing success after success after success, are going, okay, I want that. I need to join their team. What are they doing? right? So that's what you want to be showing.
Trish, this picture always makes me laugh.
I know, it's the worst.
One of the few pictures we actually have together.
Actually, I think it's the only picture we actually have together that's not on a screen. For those of you who know, when Ruth and I started building our business together, she lives in north of Toronto, Canada, and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. And we saw each other in an event, and we were doing some coaching together. We signed up. Then we met. This was an ads training and event that we were at, and we were there for that. And that is the last time that we have seen each other in person due to COVID. So it's funny when my husband, he puts our funnels together and tries to do stuff. He's like, I can't wait for you guys to be in person. Like this is, he's taking screenshots of photos we've done, or he'll take pictures we've done and trying to put them together. And it's just funny.
Okay, so types of engagement posts. These are the things you can think about doing, right? They're actually, engagement posts are really fun and they're simple. So one way is to ask a question, okay? And the question should be easy, fun, or meaningful to answer. And it really should align with your message, okay? And what that means is when you're asking a question, you don't want it to be this huge long paragraph. You want it to be short and simple. So people either go yes or no, or they leave a comment or a short answer. And people will be willing to do that, right? They're not willing to sit there and write a big paragraph back to you. So keep it short and simple. Interactive posts like polls and quizzes are really, really good to get people to interact, right? To pick something. And that can be done in your stories or on your posts. Visual content is really powerful. Videos, video is so powerful, right? And customized graphics and infographics that give actual information, helpful tips, things like that can get lots of engagement. Incentive content, meaning giveaways and contests, really, really powerful, especially if you want people to continue following you. I did a giveaway back before Christmas, and it was just something super simple. I was giving away like a face mask, but people had to take certain actions on my videos and content. They had to share it, they had to like it, they had to comment on it. And then they would go into a draw, and at the end of the week, I drew their name and then sent them this little gift, right? And what that does is it gets way more engagement, gets way more shares, gets your message out there a whole lot more. And because people want to win stuff, even if it's just little. Relatable posts. So things like memes and quotes. People love quotes. People love inspirational stuff. So when you do those types of posts, often they'll get shared, right? And when they get shared, Facebook goes, wow, that's a really good post. I need to start showing this content more.
Right. So here is a post if you're asking for some engagement, right? So this was a live that Ruth and I did. And but in this video, you're asking for that engagement. And you can see here, we had 475 comments. And this was just a video, in one of our groups. But again, when you're asking for that engagement, when you're doing these lives, Facebook loves that. When they see the interaction, that means people like your content, right? So it's going to, again, because more people are commenting, more people are interacting with you, Facebook's going to open the door to people who are seeing your videos or whatever other content that is you have.
And the other thing about engagement, guys, it's super important, because when someone engages on your video and you engage back with them, it brings you closer together in your relationship, right? That person just isn't a person on a video. Now they've actually interacted with you, and you can take your relationship to the next level, whether it's in a messenger conversation and then to Zoom and then in front of your business presentation. Before you know it, you have a new team member. But engagement is so important, and engaging back is important.
So guys, to give us a little engagement to make sure this is all making sense, right? Drop us some twos if that's all making sense to you, okay?
So we have a question here. How do you ask for engagement? So that's a really good question. So you can do things like we have a whole Facebook Live video format and training where, at the beginning of your video, you ask for things like, hey, where are you coming in from? Drop us a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. If you're watching live, say hello. Throughout your video, you're asking if people are understanding. You're asking people, hey, if that resonates with you, hit those love hearts. Let us see some love hearts if these things are resonating with you. And at the end, you can have a call to action, right? If you like my content, share it, share it with your friends, or invite people to like this video, or if you want to connect with me, send me a messenger message. There's a lot of ways to ask for engagement, particularly on videos, but we're going to be showing you how you can get some engagement on other types of posts.
And Danelle has a really good question here too. She says, if you have a live or video in a group, will Facebook still open it up for extended engagement? So the answer is yes, but it's a little bit different. All right. So for instance, if you've got a group it's a highly engaged, very active group, what happens is you'll start seeing, or other people will start seeing your group as a suggested group on the sidebar, right? So Facebook will actually put it, in front of people who are your avatar, right? And it will show up on the sidebars of other groups. So for instance, in our group, one of our team groups, we always track where people come from because obviously we're looking for data, right? We want to know. And I remember not long after we got our group up, all of a sudden we were getting people that were saying Eric Worre referred them. We're like, Eric Worre? Like, how is Eric Worre referring us? And then we realized what was happening was we were showing up on the sidebar. So people were watching an Eric Worre video, but then we would come up as a suggested group. So that's what can happen when you really got a lot of engagement going on.
Yeah, the engagement in groups is key because then your group will be a suggested group out there in the public. And so funny, we've actually had some of our team members screenshot when they're watching, some of the big internet marketers, they're doing training online and Facebook Lives, and there's our group on the side, a suggested group.
Like, yes.
Pretty funny, but it works, right? And it can work for you too. So here's an example of another really engaged post. Now, this is another lady who's happens to be one of our team members. She's one of our leaders. And she asked a question. You notice the question was short, very short. Curious, what is the biggest change to your everyday routine during this pandemic? And she got 100 comments on one question, right? And now she can start interacting with these people and having conversations and having messenger conversations. And it's this post just opened up her Facebook. Like her posts will be shown more now, given that people are really interacting with her.
And just something I want to add to that too, guys, the 100 comments, and you might be going, okay, well, how is this, question really related to business? Well, not directly, but kind of indirectly, right? Because one thing that started happening was a lot of people started saying they're working from home, right? So it opened up some new conversations, but also as she started going back and replying to each one of these people, it opens up that Facebook algorithm again. So now the next time she posts and puts something maybe about business out there, it's going to show up in more news feeds. So it's kind of like gaming the system in a way, right? You're trying to maximize the exposure you can get organically, and doing stuff like this will help you do that.
The other thing too is when I look at this post and I just look at that very first comment there, where Ryan says, life just seems lonelier, less interactions with people outside of work. Well, that's a clue to connect with that person, right? And find out, get them on Zoom. How are you feeling? What's going on in your life? Do you feel a lack of community? Because don't forget, network marketing is just not about making money. A lot of people join our businesses for community, for education, for fun, for travel. And a highly engaged network marketing team could potentially actually help this person if they're feeling lonely and disconnected. So, you can get a lot of clues in terms of what people respond, how people respond to questions.
Absolutely. All right. Well, here was a post I did. This post was put out specific to get engagement, right? I knew that I had a big invite post coming up in another day or two, and I wanted to maximize some things. So I put this out, and I just, whenever you do like a little meme or something too, by the way, you always want to write something. Facebook likes it when you put something in there too. So I said, anyone else, in a big, laugh face there. Laundry, washing 30 minutes, drying 60 minutes, putting away 7 to 10 business days. Well, I got some really funny comments on this. Even my daughter commented, and she said more like 2 to 3 months or something silly. And I'm like, really? But you can see it had 172 reactions, 74 comments, and 15 shares, right? So now people, when they share, that's opening up more people, right? And if they start commenting and you do too, like it's just opening the door for more people at seeing your stuff.
So guys, are you starting to see the power of engagement? Hit some of those little heart emojis if you're starting to see the power of asking questions and creating some engagement on your posts. So here's another video views and engagement that I did. I actually interviewed someone, and it was someone from our team who had some really great health results. And this video here got 500 views, 35 comments, and really created a bunch of leads for the lady on our team that I was actually interviewing. So again, video views, asking for engagement, giving tips, hearing someone's story, hearing someone's transformation story can be really, really powerful.
I love that one. Here's another one. Now here, you're basically telling them what you want, right? Opening up a can of worms here, true or false. So you're telling them what to answer. Network marketing helps you become a better person. And so with this one, 72 comments that came in. So lots and lots of people. And the cool thing about this is it is targeted at network marketers in a way, right? Because I'm sure the majority of the people who commented have some experience in network marketing.
Here is another engagement kind of post. It's tea time. What social media platform should I focus on? And again, I'm giving value. I'm teaching something. I'm giving some tips. It's a relatively short video. Lots of comments to interact with people. Lots of video views. So really just engaging with the audience, letting them get to know you, letting them get to trust you, letting them get to see you and hear from you. And that's really going to create more and more engagement.
So guys, if this is making sense, drop us a yes. All right, drop us a yes below. And then here's one, happy Friday, excited for the weekend. How about you? And it's basically a little meme that says, pick your favorite. So you choose 1, 2, 3, or 4. But she got 57 comments on this, right? So again, just opens it up. And because there's a little bit of variety here too, what tends to happen with a lot of these things is people who don't, not everybody's going to comment on every type of post that you have. So when you give it a little bit of variety, but still stay relative with everything, it's opening more and more people up that you can be commenting with. And again, opening it up so that your stuff starts showing in their newsfeed.
Lifestyle posts and stories are huge. So let people see a bit about you so they can develop know, like, and trust. And this is actually a training that Trisha and I were both at, and it was an ad copy, Facebook ads training. It's the same place where we took our picture together.
The last time we saw each other.
I know. And she says, mastering the belt training, mind blown. And, she didn't give away everything there, but she got lots of comments, lots of likes, and really created some curiosity as well around what she was doing.
Yeah, because the funny thing is with that one too, Ruth, is people were congratulating me. Like, I never said any, like, these were other people's belts, but people were congratulating me and going, it saved some really nice stuff, but we were laughing because I'm like, I didn't say I want anything, right?
I know. I did the same post and everyone's going, oh, you're a rock star. Congratulations. I'm like, I just went to a training.
No surprise there. We're like, okay. So here's an example. These were some little graphics that Ruth had put together for us to use in our stories. And so what this was is it was a series of things that you put in your stories. Now you could do it on a post too. Over on Instagram a lot, you could do it on Facebook too. It doesn't matter. But you can do the things where people swipe, but she put swipe right on there. So when people are going through the story, they could be swiping to the next photo, right? But it gives a message and a whole series here that basically was then inviting people to this branding here that you guys are in. So it was just one of the things that we're doing, but it's also, we do so much branding with our team. We use it for that. So these are things you can use over and over. You can recycle them. You can put them in different places on social media. But they're great little tools. And I know you were able to put these together pretty easily, right?
Yeah, you might be looking at this, guys, going, wow, that looks like a lot of work, but it really isn't. I mean, I probably spent 20 minutes putting this together, but the key with this kind of content, it's evergreen, meaning next week, I can post this in my stories again because it's valuable content, right? So I've got a sort of a bank, Trish and I have a bank of, a bunch of these little series that we can just keep recycling over and over again. So it's not just you're not constantly having to create content when you do stuff like this. It's very powerful and it makes you look like a professional when you do this kind of stuff.
And this was just a little lifestyle post, a little minor. My kids were all home a few months ago, and I just said it's rare for all three girls to be home at the same time, so I'm taking full advantage of it. And what I love the most part is that they now get along, because my kids used to fight like crazy. If you guys have kids, I'm sure yours did too. I swear I used to think it was just mine, but I've come to learn that's not the case. But anyway, 80 or 58 comments and over 223 reactions to that photo. So again, really simple, but lots and lots of engagement.
So you may be asking yourself, what is a call to action? So basically a call to action instructs your followers to do the next step. You always want to tell people what to do next, because people won't take action unless they're told. So we want to lead people down the road to connect with us, right? So Facebook's view on call to actions is really, you got to be a little bit subtle, okay? Facebook doesn't like, click the link below to grab my, my weight loss system. Facebook will not like that. So they're not going to show that kind of content. But other types of call to actions, like we've really explained here, like drop a 1 in the comments if this is resonating with you. Send me a message on Messenger if you want to connect more. Those types of things are all good. Sometimes you don't even need a call to action, right? If you write a powerful post, sometimes you don't even need one. People will reach out. So that's kind of Facebook's view on call to actions. Again, links to places off of Facebook don't work well, because Facebook wants people to stay on Facebook.
Yeah. So the other thing you want to do, and this also, believe it or not, opens up more opportunity for Facebook to connect you with people, because when you follow up in Messenger, Facebook says, oh, wait a minute, now they're having a conversation. Now it's gotten more personal, right? So what that's going to do is, as you're following up with people in Messenger, again, Facebook's going to say, okay, well, next time you make a post, I'm going to make sure your content shows up in this person's newsfeed, right? So it opens up more for you. But the cool thing is, when you follow up in Messenger, now you get to get a little more personal with people. Now you can really have more of a conversation. So ask questions. If someone is interested in something you have, find out what it is they're actually looking for before you start telling them about your opportunity. This is key, right? Because if you just start telling, they're going to be like, oh, I'm being sold to, right? But if you can ask them questions that are going to allow them to go, basically, again, you're leaving them where you want them, hey, how long have you been in your business? Are you having success? What is it you're struggling with? These are just some examples of questions that you could have. But again, when you're asking versus telling, they're going to feel like you're actually caring. And I'm sure you are, right? I don't mean that to sound like, but they're going to feel like you are. And that's the big thing here. So it's a really a good way to kind of get that, start to build a little know and trust, right? And the thing is when you start meeting people this way too, you'll be able to find out if this is a good fit or not. Because honestly, guys, not everybody is meant to be in your business with you. They're not. And when you can really start thinking about quality over quantity, you're going to see that finding out if people are a good fit for your opportunity, for you to share it with them, is really going to be powerful. Because just like we talked about on day one, you're going to be able to change your business. So instead of dragging people along with you, you're going to be able to lock arms and run with them. And so really being that person of value and having real conversations with people is going to allow them to really start to open up. They're going to follow more of what you have to say. And eventually, if they're looking for a business, you're going to be the person they're thinking of.
Absolutely. So ask versus tell. It's really key. And if you think about it, if you think back to the post that Angela did where Ryan reached out and said he was feeling lonely because of the pandemic. If Angela would have gotten on a call and said, hey, I hear you're feeling lonely. I've got this amazing opportunity and an amazing community, and you should come and join it. That's going to turn him off, right? But asking a lot of questions around how he's feeling and what would make him feel better, and really, really diving deep to see where he's at and whether he's open before you ever even mention an opportunity that's game changer when you get really skilled at that. So yeah, following up that way is key. And then everything in moderation, guys. So using the 80-20 rule, and that applies in life too to most things, I think. Mm-hmm. So spend 80% of your time providing value-based posts, engaging posts, and things like that. And 20% of the time, your posts are intended to create leads and awareness about your opportunity. So if all you're ever posting about is your opportunity, your business, or you've got constant calls to action, then you're going to turn people off. So 80% of your time is value, just being a valuable resource to people out there. And that's what's going to have more and more people coming back to you. So yeah, I think basically when you show up on social media, make sure that the majority of the time you post content that's connected to your everyday life or something that inspires you, empowers, entertains your audience, and the 20% is intended to create leads.
So we have homework. You're not going to make it through this without homework. Like we said on day one, we really want to see people have success. Our goal is for you to really start to change your business, start to have results that you want to have in your business. And getting you guys into action is the best way to do that. So not only learning what we've taught you, but going out and implementing it immediately so that you guys can start getting results. So what we want you guys to do is to create a post on your personal profile and then share a screenshot here in the group. Okay, so we want to see that you did it. Again, I'll do a unit section. I'll put a little homework section in there for you so you can do your posts. But that's, we want to see the different posts that you guys have done. Now, just we just want to see what you've got. Don't kill yourself trying to think you got to be so crazy creative. As you can see here, a lot of our posts are really so simple. I think a lot of times, I'm going to say most times, we overthink it, right? And what makes posting seem so hard is the fact that we overthink it. We're always trying to hit that perfect post when, really, if you're just, again, thinking about who your avatar is, you can come up with something pretty simply. So create a post on your personal profile and share a screenshot here in the group in the homework section.
Absolutely. And the other thing, guys, is as part of you being in this group, we really do want to help you I'm just trying to get back to StreamYard here. And what we're going to do is we are going to drop our links to our calendars in this group. Okay, we'll do it in a separate post so it's easy to find. And you're going to get a free 15-minute strategy session with us. And on that strategy session, the key is to help you gain clarity, right? I know we've covered a lot in these last 4 days. And after tomorrow, your mind is going to be blown when you see what we're about to show you. And sometimes that can leave people feeling a little bit overwhelmed, right? So drop me a 1 in the comments if you've ever felt overwhelmed by content, right? By what to do. And we've given you a lot of specific things you can do. We've asked you to do homework to get you into action, but sometimes you're just left with like lingering questions, or you just want verification that you're on the right track, right? And that's the purpose of the 15-minute strategy session, just to make sure you're on the right track with your branding, how you're thinking about things, your avatar, whether your brand is congruent with your avatar. So keep an eye out for our calendar links, book your strategy session, and let us help you really, get clarity and get started right, or restart if you're doing a restart with your branding, so that 2021 is absolutely phenomenal for you.
So, well, awesome, guys. I hope you have found value. So again, if you have found value here today, drop us a value. We always want to get a little feedback. And
I noticed, Trish, that Danelle had a question. She said, is it okay to link from a personal page to a Facebook group?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And that's actually going to be part of what you see tomorrow in our training. We're going to show you how to funnelize your Facebook and use some of your real estate. That'll be in there. And so yes, the answer is yes. We're going to show you a couple of really quick, simple ways to do that tomorrow. So again, if you guys found value today, drop us a value. We have so enjoyed spending time with you guys this week, and we look forward to day 5 tomorrow. And we'll see you later.
Tomorrow.